So imagine you're trying to drink a really thick milkshake through one of those tiny cocktail straws.
Yeah, that sounds pretty much impossible.
Right, it is. And that's basically the fundamental problem of data bandwidth. But now imagine you have to drink like 3 different milkshakes all at once. You've got video, audio, and peripheral data.
So you'd normally need 3 different straws.
Exactly,
Huh.
which just creates this absolute tangled mess of cables. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a spec sheet for the Hall Technologies GEM XR extender, and our mission is to see how this pro-level tech solves that massive long-distance data headache.
It really is a headache
Yeah.
because the main issue with long-distance AV setups is that complex signals just degrade.
Yeah.
Historically, building a remote workstation meant running, a huge bundle of specialized cables through the wall.
All right, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
But the GMX system bypasses all of that. The sender unit basically takes in dual HDMI video, USB data, and analog audio and pushes it all up to 328 feet away.
Right, to the receiver. But the crazy part is, it does all of this over just one single standard CT6 network cable.
Wait, just one Ethernet cable. That's the part that really stands out to me. How is a single cable not completely bottlenecking dual 4K video streams along with everything else?
Well, it comes down to really efficient encoding at the hardware level. The sender essentially packages the video and the USB data together into a format the network cable can easily handle.
Oh, so without needing any software compression.
Exactly. Since the hardware is doing all the heavy lifting, it's entirely plug and play. I mean, you don't install any drivers, and it doesn't even care what operating system you use. Mac, PC, Linux, it just works.
Okay, let's unpack this, because skipping software drivers sounds amazing for an IT department. But when you actually sit down at that remote desk 300 feet away, you need to plug in a keyboard, a mouse, maybe a scanner.
Oh, definitely.
So how are you managing all those endpoints at the receiver without completely overwhelming the system?
So the receiver acts like a specialized hub. It has your video and audio outputs, but it also has 6 USB ports. 2 are prioritized specifically for a keyboard and mouse, and then the other 4 are general purpose.
Okay, wait, 6 active USB ports sitting on a desk way out of sight from the main server room.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm running a corporate network, what's stopping someone from just plugging in a malicious thumb drive 300 feet away from the actual PC? I mean, that feels like a massive physical vulnerability.
What's fascinating here is that the engineers built a security barrier right into the hardware for exactly that reason. By default, USB memory devices are entirely disabled.
Wait, really? So it'll pass through the keyboard commands, but if you plug in external storage, it just plays dumb?
It drops the connection entirely. Hardware-level security is incredibly hard to bypass because the physical pathway for memory data just isn't open.
Wow.
Yeah, if a user actually needs memory support, they have to specifically contact Hall Research to get it unlocked.
Oh, so that forces this deliberate layer of friction. I like that. But let's push the physical limits here. 328 feet is far, but what if you're setting up a massive stadium or a campus?
Like if you need to push it 600 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Does the single cable setup just die there?
Not at all. The receiver actually has an RJ45 port, which is just a standard Ethernet jack, and it's labeled Link Out A. So you can daisy chain the connection to another receiver further down the line.
And the signal doesn't get, like, completely degraded over that extra distance?
No, because the hardware physically rebuffers the signal. It catches the incoming data, cleans up any noise it picked up over the first run, and then amplifies it back to full strength.
So it just blasts it down the next cable?
Right, and you get another 300 feet of flawless dual 4K video.
Wow, so over 600 feet of extension without that spaghetti monster of cords. And for you listening, even if you never install a $1,700 corporate IT setup, this really highlights where data logistics are heading.
It absolutely does. It shows that the physical layer of our networks still has, massive potential for innovation.
Right, and it leaves you with an interesting final thought. I mean, if a single CAT6 cable can securely carry an entire dual 4K workstation over 300 feet today with 0 latency,
Then will our highly anticipated wireless future just end up being a hyper-efficient single-wire future?